I just got finished watching a great interview or live with Mr. Lucario, Steve the Dean, Kay Kazan.
I don't believe that there is any explanation for this right here. I mean, you can go all over the world and not see nothing as bad as this right here.
Let me say something. You talking about game? I'm not talking about these brothers, but they were doing a great interview or 1950. Don't come up here on these YouTube streets talking about game and people who teach game and you have no game.
Yeah.
Make it make sense to me. I cram to understand how people come up here because they can talk with eloquent words, or they might have a following, or they might have money, but they have no game. I don't understand it, and it bothers me. It's like going to a doctor or going to a mechanic. Let's do a mechanic. He specializes in BMWs. But somebody off the street's going to tell this mechanic that specializes in BMWs how to fix the BMW when you don't have the technical skills or went through schooling to fix a BMW. It's the same way with game. How can you even talk about game and about women if you don't understand the technical sides of what it means to be in the game? Let me break something else down. Most people don't realize you can talk all this slick stuff, you can talk all the vernacular about game, but there will always be a telltale sign that you don't know what you're talking about.
I don't believe that there is any explanation for this right here. I mean, you can go all over the world and not see nothing as bad as this right here.
And those who have been thoroughly vetted in the game, sit back and listen and watch you fail time after time. I can just listen to a person and be like, okay, he don't know what he's talking about, and he doesn't know how to deal with women. They always give themselves up when they begin to talk. So I just let them run through the fence, go through the troops, say whatever they want to say. Because I know just by listening that they don't have game. Now, you know, I constantly teach that game is what? Strategies from getting from one place to the next. It's about understanding human nature, female nature, and male nature. And it's psychology, plain and simple. We try to make it more complicated what it is. But don't tell me you have game and you violating all the rules of the game. Let me give you this number one rule of the game. In the game, what you don't do is disrespect another man who is in the game because you're wrong. Let me say that again. You do not disrespect another man in the game because they don't agree with you or because you're wrong or they call you out. That's a telltale sign that you don't have game. The other sign is this, number two. Another rule in the game, because there are rules to the game, rules of engagement. If you have not been in the game in over 20 years and you're not out here dealing with women or dealing in that particular field, what can you really tell about somebody else about it who's actually in it? Please make that make sense to me, because I don't get it. What can you really say to me when you have not been in it, but you're saying it online? That's what irritates me the most with some of these dudes on social media talking about game. I see the younger ones come out. All they're doing is, Steve the Dean said it, and I'm going to say it too. All they're doing is regurgitating something that they have not lived. Let me say that again. All they are doing is regurgitating the same thing they heard from their favorite YouTube person or their favorite Instagram star, and they have not lived it. The best thing you can do in the game, and which I learned, which I sat down and got quiet, is to learn from somebody who knows more than you in this particular field. Whether it is the game. Now let me say this, because I know a lot of people get mixed up with the game. The game is just not predicated to just women, but it does include women. Let me say it again. The game is just not predicated to women, but it does include women. I don't want to throw that out there. But if you lead in with your wallet, guess what happens? That lets me know that you don't have the game you say. I did not say you don't need money. Please don't come up here talking about LDA said that. I did not say you don't need money. But I am saying if you're leading with your wallet and not your game, guess what's going to happen? You will be the same as the lame. I didn't mean to rhyme or anything like that. I know that's for some of you like, why would he even say that? But I'm just saying, I got to say this. And actually, and when it comes down to it, you lead with who you are. You lead with your respect as a man. You lead with who you are as with your knowledge. And then two, every woman or every situation is not privy to your game. That's why you have to vet those who want to experience you. So all y'all who want to think, no, any wise, in order for you to become the Supreme Court justice, you have to go through a vetting process. How dare we not think that it's important to do the same thing when it comes to who's going to be in our life? You have to vet who shows up in your life. I don't understand why people don't get this. This eliminates you getting techie for the ride that you don't want to go on. This eliminates you dealing with certain type of women, gold diggers or wherever they may be, who's going to do things to you because you have thoroughly vet that person. And the most important thing, you're not led by your pleasures, you led by your purpose. I don't think y'all didn't get that. You're led by your purpose and not your pleasure. Does she fit inside my purpose and where I'm going? Does her purpose line up to what I'm doing? I know we don't like that in America, but that's the reality of it. So does her purpose really line up to what I'm doing? You need to vet who's showing up in your life. But man, I've said it on my live and I'm saying it in this video. Just a year of receipts. I said it before, most of these dudes be lying up on these YouTube streets. They have no game at all. None. Their slip is always showing. And what I mean by they slip, that means the receipt that they have doesn't add up. When you start doing the calculations on it, it don't add up. It's not mathing. Always check who's talking game to you, whether they are legit or are they just talking just spit. That's what I'm saying. A real person who's about this life. And I'm not a pimp. I'm not a Mac. I'm not none of those things. But I am a man who's educated in the game. I have experience. And I can tell when a person is talking out the side of their neck because they're trying to what? Impress the crowd around them. Those who are thorough in the game don't do that. They don't need to exaggerate anything. They don't need to put themselves higher than another. Their game speaks for themselves. I'm telling you now, check those who are talking game on these YouTube streets, Instagram streets, and Facebook streets. It don't add up. Do your math. See if the math adds up. That's what I'm saying to this day. But this is Lawrence D. I want you to like, subscribe, share this video. And if somebody come up here talking about game and they know women and all these things, there's always a telltale signs that their story is not congruent. And they just don't have game. This is Lawrence D. Adams, and I'm out. These dudes, I tell you.